Hello again, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about data management and/or data organization in Blender. By data management, what I mean is better understanding the way that Blender structures different types of information within a Blender file. Now, if you want to see all the different things that Blender is actually containing in a single file, what you can do is head up to the organizer here, and if you just click this drop-down menu and click Blender File, it'll show you all right here. I've actually gone ahead and made a bigger version over here so it's easier for you guys to see. In order to demonstrate how to keep track of these, I'm going to use materials and objects as the examples today, just because that's usually what messed with me a lot when I was first getting started. So you can see here we have three objects in the scene. We have a large, medium, and small cube. If you want to rename these, you can come over to anywhere that is on the list, double click the name, and you could just rename it. Or you'd simply select the object, hit F2, and type in the name. And you can see that the name is changed here as well. All these cubes have the same material on them. I went ahead and named it blue metal because it is in fact blue and metal. So you can tell that all three of these cubes are using the same material by the fact that there is not only the same name on all three, but you can tell that there's three objects using the material because of the three right here. And you can also see that if I change the color here, it will affect all of the cubes. But let's say you want to make one of the cubes pink instead. Just select the cube, and where it says blue metal here, you could either go into the material slot here, simply erase it, and then make a new one, so there will be no material at all. We'll click new, and it will make a brand new material with nothing. And let's just make it pink maybe instead. So to rename the material, click here and type pink cube. However, if you want to search for it, you'd click this drop down, click here, and then begin typing. So we type blue, and we'll filter out to the blue and pink. So if you just click here and then type, it's going to rename whatever material you're actually viewing here. Say you want to keep all the properties of the material that you actually already have, but you want to just maybe change the color of this cube to be red instead. This button right here will actually take the material that you're looking at, and it will create a clone of it that is unique to the object you have selected. So now the original large cube here has blue metal as the material, and this now has blue metal.001. So we can change the color to green and maybe just name it green metal. So you can see here now that we have the blue, green, and pink materials on our materials list and on our cubes, and as well in this drop down. So far this has been pretty simple, but in very large projects you may start noticing that you run into something like this, where you end up accidentally having a material called blue metal 001, 002, 003, etc. And what could happen is you may lose track of which one you're using, or maybe you've got several cubes and it's just can become a very big mess very quickly. So what you can do is you can see when we click the list here to look at all the materials, a bunch of these have a 0 next to them. And what the 0 indicates is that what the 0 indicates is essentially that no one or no thing is actually using that material. So what you can do is, in order to quickly clean this up, you can go into the same organizer, go where it says orphan data, and you'll see here these are considered data that is orphaned because they have no parent or parent object or parent whatever. There's nothing using them. And even here you could see a bunch of lights that I deleted earlier. I deleted the camera as well. None of this stuff is getting used, but Blender still holds on to it within the file. So this will not only create a mess when you go to actually like edit a material and see, oh my god, there's this huge list, But also, this can bloat your file sizes pretty terribly. Not really usually with like these simple materials, but if you're doing things where you have a lot of, maybe a large project with a lot of high poly meshes and big complicated materials and lights and yada yada, you could accidentally have a file that's way bigger than it needs to be. So anyway, to clean this up, we're going to just go to this orphan data section, and right at the top right here, it says purge. So we are going to purge the orphan data, and what you can do is you can just click it again, and suddenly all of that data is now instantly erased from the file, and we can just, if there's still leftovers, you just click it again, and usually I'll just click a bunch until it's all gone, which it now is. So we can go back to our materials here, go to the drop down, and look at that. Only materials that are actually being used are still on our list. So basically, doing this purge every so often, whenever you're working on a large project, or even when you're, if you've just finished modeling something, or just finished material creating on a new asset, it's really best practice, I guess, to go to the orphan data, spam click the purge button, and then save it or pack your textures or whatever. If it helped you out, leave a like. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll either answer there, or if it's something that warrants its own video, then maybe I will make one for you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good day.